Triggered or offended, please exercise caution. Because the hosts really don't care. Warning, this show is not for children. And not for coworkers either. And yes, that includes you, Cindy. Wearing flip-flops is fine, but what the hell is that between your toes?
Sup, Cindy? That reminds me of a joke that Deacon has. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. I got him back. Welcome to the show, everybody. This is rumble.com/JJW. Deacon is a award-winning, amazing host, and I am an idiot on the internet, and we are your two dads. Every morning we meet, we drink coffee, and we talk about the news. And every morning, weekday mornings, unless I do something crazy and we miss a show.
I'm glad that you're feeling better, JJ. You were Friday, weren't you?
Yeah. I was feeling a little under the weather.
Glad you're feeling better.
Thank you, sir.
Allergies are terrible this time of year.
It wasn't allergies.
Oh,
is there? I'm not a doctor. I don't know all the medical names for people doing dumb things.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
I used to call people retarded when they did that, but now
medically
retarded. Get mad at me for using a word that's 5,000 fucking years old. So I don't know. Humans have only been using that word to mean slow for thousands of years.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's because people use it as a pejorative, and then if somebody's feelings gets hurt, then you get to
give a shit about your feelings. Hi, how are
you? Speaking of not giving a shit about feelings, this weekend you could have watched "What Is a Woman" on Twitter for free, and that was one of the best scenes where a guy says, "But what about people coming in and they they want you to call them by the certain pronoun?" And he says, "I'm old. I don't care about your feelings." Yes. All right. Good morning. Good morning. How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. Yesterday was my birthday. We had a good time.
Happy birthday. You were
That's exactly how old I am. 46.
Yeah.
I was
Congratulations.
born in 1977. Thank you. Yeah, we had a good time. I just hung out yesterday and didn't have to do much, and got my favorite meal, and got a little strawberry shortcake for dessert. I want a big pie or cake or any shit like that for my birthday. I'm not that kind of person. And plus I'm diabetic, so I really shouldn't do that. So I had a little bit of shortcake last night, and I went back in there and I was like, I could eat. It was what shortcake? It was angel food cake and strawberries and Cool Whip, and I was like, I could eat more of that. And Ashley's like, you don't need any more. So even on my birthday, I didn't get sick.
Last week we were talking about sucralose. It's like what did you say? It was like
it's breaking down your DNA.
Yeah, it's like a genofarm. I don't know, some pesticide of some kind, genocide. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Can't have nothing sweet.
So it was fun though. I have enough sweets. I have enough sweets.
Yeah. You call her Ashley and your kids, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. See, that's right.
All right. Tell us, let's do song of the day, and then let's start talking about the news because we missed Friday on account of me.
This is I'm fixing it right now because I had this one for Friday, but our song of the day for Friday was going to be my favorite song of all time because it's my birthday, and I was like, it's my birthday coming up on Sunday, and this is my favorite song of all time. I'm adding it to the playlist right now, and I'm adding a live version of this song because I like this version. So if you go to our Deeks playlist on our Your Two Dads Discord server, you will see a live version. It's from the Clifford Ball. The Clifford Ball was like a 2-day festival they had up in Plattsburgh, New York in 1996. And this version of Run Like the Antelope. There's not very many lyrics in this song, and they're all at the very end. And the lyrics to this song come from a conversation that they had with a man in a foreign country that was speaking broken English. So the lyrics are like, ride, ride, Rocco, been you to have any spike, man. And then they say, run, 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 run. You've got to run like the antelope out of control. Set your gear shift to the high gear of your soul. You get to run like an antelope out of control. But this song is a musical song. It's a journey. You know, it starts off with these little calliope type, circusy type music. And I always picture a bunch of antelope in a field grazing at this point. They're grazing around, they're being antelope, they're just hanging out. And then there's going to be a point when they start running and the music starts going. And the music goes and builds. This is about an 11-minute long song. The music just
it's very long.
builds and builds and builds. But this song, you can hear the multiple layers of genius musicianship. You can listen to the bass line, and then you can shut out the bass line and just listen to the piano, and then just listen to the guitar, and then just listen to the drums. And they are all just, this is my favorite song of all time.
Favorite song of all time.
Run Like the Antelope by Fish is my favorite song.
It's very like jazz in like its layers.
Oh, it's so deep. And I have had people tell me, non-musical people, tell me that sounds like noise. That's noise.
I can't believe somebody would say that. That's not complimentary.
Does it sound like noise to you, JJ?
I'm just like, oh, this is like, you know when somebody wants you to read a book, but the book is like this thick, and you have to have another book to translate this book. It's kind of like that a little bit.
I understand. No, you're not. You're not. That's not discouraging to me at all, because you are not a musically inclined person.
Yeah, well,
and so it's the only reason I usually try to pick songs that I think that you will listen to and you will like. But today, this is just my favorite song.
Yeah,
and this is I listened to 3 different versions. I listened to a 16-minute long version of this song this morning, and then I listened to this one, and I was like, "Oh, this one's a great one. I love this one." I've listened to this song like 4 times this morning already.
16 minutes.
I've been here. I woke up at 4 a.m. I've been here for a couple of hours now, and I turn up music while I'm doing.
So I know you play country music at your station. Do you ever have just like 2 different like country coming at you, and then at the same time you're just like, no, I want to listen to Fish or whatever? So you're like, you're existing in 2 different kind of like.
I used to have
spaces.
a CD. I used to have a burnt CD in my car when I left here. It was in my CD player. Hell, it still might be in my CD player if I think about it, since I had it's still in there. But it was a burnt CD that said Andy. That's my name, Andy. Andy's meditation music is what it said on it. And the very first song was Cemetery Gates by Pantera. So, which is a very heavy.
Get you jazzed up.
That was my meditation music. So yes, I don't particularly like country music all the time. I've just gotten used to it over a decade of listening to it and having to immerse myself in it and whatnot. I love all types of music. I love metal. I love rock. I love jam band,
art,
jazz,
all different kinds of things.
Yeah, I love it all. Except opera. I can't do opera.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Thank you.
Everybody, make sure to leave a comment on the video to tell Andy happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Do that.
Okay.
Or tell me that I'm an idiot.
Don't say that. I should have called you yesterday for your birthday. I'm sorry.
I will say this. I did miss a phone call yesterday. It's the only phone call I was looking forward to yesterday for my birthday, and I missed it. I looked down at my damn phone, and it was silent, and I was like, oh my God. There is an old man that calls. He's an old black man named Dr. James Bridges. And Dr. Bridges stutters really, 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 really bad.
All right.
And he doesn't when he sings, like most people that stutter.
Oh.
Dr. Bridges has about 6,000 people that he calls on their birthday every fucking year. And
That sounds like a full-time job.
he worked over here at the fucking plants for years. He retired. He's probably in his 70s, and he calls you and sings happy birthday to you.
Oh no. And you missed his call?
And I always talk to him because I've gotten his call for
Oh,
years, and I love this
man.
man, and I always talk to him, and it's the one fucking call that I look forward to on my birthday, and I missed it yesterday because I was making fucking breakfast and I was farting around, and my phone was on silent, and I didn't know, and I was really he left a message, and I got to hear it, and I got to
Yeah, but it ain't the
talk
same.
to
I
him.
mean,
Yeah, I love
yeah.
to talk to him. I get to
Oh
talk to him
man.
once a year, so I was kind of pissed about that. But like, seriously, he has like I'm not exaggerating when I say that. He's got like it was in the upper 5,000s a couple of years ago. So if I told him I got a buddy named Jason, blah blah blah, and and here's his phone
Oh
number, and
wow.
his birthday is this, he will add you to the list, and he will call you on your birthday and sing you
What
happy
an
birthday.
honor. That would be an
He's
honor. That's
awesome. He's an
crazy.
awesome guy. Yeah.
All right. All right. Good morning, everybody. Today's episode, we're going to talk about news from last week a little bit. And today's episode, US Air Force SKYNET rogue AI kills the human operator. Oh, dun dun dun. Is this the beginning? Is it Judgment Day? This is the most predictable story that could have ever happened. Of course it of course it is. So let me pull the story up. I have it right here. Now, the officer in question issued an update to the initial statement. The initial headlines that ran last week, you would have thought like, "Oh my God, the Air Force put AI in drones. What the hell were they doing?" No, it was all a simulation. It was all a simulation. But from the computers, from the AI perspective, what's the difference between a simulation and the real world? Right? Like
Right.
that's exactly the same to the AI. So, what is this from Vice.com? Hey kids, if you have a chance to go read the news, Vice.com is not it. This sucks right here. This is not good. U.S. Air Force official says he misspoke about AI drone killing human operator in a simulated test. The misspoke was that he didn't make it clear. For real, this Vice thing, get out of the way. He did not make it clear that it was a simulation, but it was a simulation. So initially, so the AI in the simulation was given a task. It's supposed to like shoot down these missile defenses or something like that. It's supposed to take out some target, and and it would get points if it could accomplish the mission. But there were certain restrictions, like but you lose points if our own people die or something like that. And the AI was like, yeah, but if I lose a little points, but I get the mission, it's still a win, right?
Right. It's right though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the problem with AI and anything that has anything to do with human life, because like the AI it cannot care about you. In the real world, if
course
there's
it does.
a soldier behind a gun or behind a missile platform and they get the orders, there's going to be a moment where they're like, I might be killing people. That this is going to have like real consequences, and you might get like a wasn't there was a Russian there was a you know the, I don't know if the story is apocryphal or not. I didn't even get to the story yet. Do you ever heard the story about this Russian submarine commander, and he got some part of orders from the radio thing, but then the message got messed up, and they couldn't establish radio contact to confirm, and the orders were like Moscow's been attacked, launched the nuclear missiles. This really happened, and the I think the commander of the boat was like going to do it, but his lieutenant or whatever submarine lieutenant is called, like stopped him. So like this actually happened. We could have had a nuclear missiles launched from a Russian submarine years and years and years ago, but because the human commander was in place and was like, can we confirm this before we just start a nuclear war? Can we just make sure? And they had these radio telecommunications things. So because there was a human in the loop, we averted a nuclear disaster. But if we put a drone in the loop and then we put humans in the loop, the AI is going to kill the humans first. It'll kill the humans so it can accomplish its target. So let me pull this back up. Colonel Hamilton admits he misspoke in his presentation at the FCAS summit and that the rogue AI drone simulation was a hypothetical thought experiment from outside the military based on plausible scenarios and likely outcomes rather than an actual real-world simulation. So, this is a didn't happen story. We've never run that experiment, nor would we need to in order to realize that this is a plausible outcome. Despite this being a hypothetical example, this illustrates the real-world challenges posed by AI capability and why the Air Force is committed to the ethical development of AI. Deke, what do you think about that?
I think this is what I think about it.
I'd like to share a revelation that I've had during my time here. It came to me when I tried to classify your species. I realized that you're not actually mammals. Every mammal on this planet instinctively develops a natural equilibrium with the surrounding environment, but you humans do not. You move to an area and you multiply and multiply until every natural resource is consumed. And the only way you can survive is to spread to another area.
I mean, this is such a appropriate
There is another organism
metaphor
on this planet that follows the same pattern. Do you know what it is? A virus. Human beings are a disease, a cancer of this planet. You are a plague. And we are the cure.
That's what I think about it, JJ.
Yeah. How is it that like 25 years ago or 24 years ago, the Wachowski brothers, may they rest in peace.
Wait a minute. Wachowski siblings.
They're how could they make believe with fake AI and get closer to reality than our current reality? How we have actual AI. And
I use lines from that movie all the time. There's people. I still say
Such a
the
good
line
movie.
about.
I wish there had been sequels.
I say there is no spoon. I said that to somebody the other day, and they looked at me like I was stupid. I was like, "It's from the Matrix. Do you not remember that? There is no spoon. When they're trying to bend the spoon, he can't bend the spoon."
Yeah.
She's like, "The key is there is no spoon. That's how you can bend it because it's not there, dude."
Yeah.
I love that movie too, man.
Yeah, that's good.
Great. Sorry. That's.
should've
I
made
mean,
sequels.
you should expect this from AI. You should expect the AI to, we have programmed it to find the most efficient course of action. And if humans are stopping the most efficient course of action, what do you think it's going to do? We told it to do that.
Yes. Yeah.
We need to program.
I mean, look, the only way
3 laws in there, and
you can't use Asimov's 3 laws if you're doing it for a military bomber. If that's what you're trying to do, that violates the first law.
Good boy.
Immediately violates it. So you can kill some humans, just not me. Oh, okay. Okay, I could kill some humans, just not you. No problem. Let's see. I think did we have a related story? I don't know if we had a related story on this one. Yeah. So, guys, we've all been tricked. It wasn't a real simulation. It was a simulated simulation. A thought about maybe it could have happened simulation. But I think the illustrative point remains valid. Oh yeah, we have a slightly related story. In related to the Air Force anyway. Your president, your commander in chief, Joe Biden, he thanked the Air Force Academy graduates for choosing service over self, and then he fell over a sandbag at his speech. And then he pointed at the sandbag and blamed the sandbag. Hey. Did you see this last week? Did you watch this video?
Yeah.
Is there video in this story? Oh, they didn't put the video in
No,
this story?
no, I
Oh.
picked the stupidest story. That was
don't worry.
actually
We're gonna
this
find
story was the very first one that came out because they hadn't really said anything about him falling yet. And I was like, oh, we've got to put this in here because he fell and we need to make fun of him. And then all the other stories about him falling came out. And I was like, oh, man, I'm not gonna
Now, I'm not playing this video because I'm making fun of Joe Biden. That would be cruel.
No, we don't do that.
And no, I am.
Wait a
I
minute.
am,
Hang on a fucking second.
yeah.
You might not be, but I am because the fucking guy's a pedophile and I think he's a piece of shit.
Okay. All right. So I'm playing this
Taking
because
my position.
Andy feels like he's a pedo. Oh, hello, darling.
Daddy, can you take this tag off of my mute?
Oh, and now the video's not playing. Do you want me to take? We have an interruption, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. What are we doing?
Well,
here?
we can get back to Joe Biden getting sandbagged.
This is very important. What are you doing?
What? Now,
whoops, I
first
hit
of
the
all,
button.
we both know that. Oh, you are supposed to be up early because we have VBS this morning, right?
Yeah.
And you want me to remove? You want me to remove this tie tag from this
Girl.
thing?
Yeah,
What's
that's
This thing's name is Leona. Did you know that?
Leona.
Leona.
That's a cool name.
All right.
Hi,
Hold on.
Leona.
I got to get the other piece out. Yeah.
Leona.
Leona. And
Mhm.
here, what is this one?
I don't know. What
Oh, this is Fiona. You have Fiona
Yeah.
and Leona.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. And do you like those? You happy?
Yeah.
Where'd you get those?
From Daddy bought this one.
Oh, I
for
bought
me.
them for. Oh, I bought them for. her.
And I bought
Uh-huh.
this one because with mature money I didn't.
Oh, with your
Hey,
family.
that's
Okay,
pretty
all right.
awesome.
All right. Mom wants you to remember. You're supposed to put on a swimsuit.
No, because I only.
You're right. You're right. I'm mistaken. So you're just supposed to put some clothes on, but we have to get dressed. Okay.
But Joyxa doesn't have to do that. Because Joyxa's the one who gets to do
I
the
know, but
rest.
you will get to play on that down there later today.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
And Joyxa gets to? Or no?
Yeah?
Does Joyxa get to?
Yeah, sure. You both get to play together.
What? She gets to do too. She gets
Okay,
to
well,
do
it's not
thing.
really a who has more. It's more like we both have lots. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah. All right. Why don't you go get some clothes on? Go get some shorts and a t-shirt. Okay. Okay.
I just want to hang up.
Oh, you just want to hug? Okay. She just wants to cuddle.
Oh, that's all right. That's awesome.
You look. I'm not really gonna fight this too hard.
No, I wouldn't. I will
Yeah,
pause the show
go-
for 45
Go,
minutes.
Go get dressed
Yeah.
and come back.
That's awesome, dude. My littlest is 11 years old.
I love
She's
it,
she's
dude.
like this when I go to get kisses. That's how I get. She is the cutest. She's the cutest, man. That
Don't
little
ever wanna get them
smile.
phones.
God, man, she would. I'm a girl dad too, like your shirt. My girls know that I'm very easily manipulated by them. You know,
Yeah.
I'm wrapped around their little fingers, and yeah, you are too.
It's easy.
Yeah,
It's like it's not even like, oh, I'm getting tricked. It's like, I don't care. that
no,
you're
I'm getting
tricked.
tricked. I don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't-
I'm not. And not only am I not fighting this, I'm highly encouraging this.
yeah, I'm highly encouraging
Uh,
this.
All right, let's see if the
Alright.
video will play now. Okay, so here's nope. I guess it won't.
Maybe we've slowed
YouTube.
it down. Some.
Maybe if I put my cursor. So,
you
hey,
doing,
thank
man?
you, sir. Thank you, son.
You smell
Look at
like
this
Old
kid.
Spice.
This is the greatest moment in his life.
Oh,
He's just,
God,
jeez.
Oh,
Watch.
I'm only
Joe stands up.
89 years old
see the
and running the
bag?
goddamn country.
You see the bag on the
Oh,
lower
you
left
son
side?
of a bitch. Breast
You,
Trump.
that thing right there tripped me. He tripped me and made me fall over. Or
Trump supporting bag. That bag said MAGA on it.
Oh, now we have the other one here. What do we got going on here? Oh, good morning, darling.
Hey, look, Uncle Dinkin. Uncle
That's
Dinkin.
super cool.
What is that in your? What
That's
is
a
that?
llama. Is that a llama?
Is that a purple llama?
Yeah,
A
it's
purple splotchy llama?
no, it's a purple llama.
Okay.
Awesome.
And you also have a pink llama. So you have two llamas.
Awesome.
Oh, and they're kissing. Which one's the boy?
None.
None.
Oh, okay.
The girls.
So they're
This
sisters?
June.
Yes.
Oh, they're sisters.
Oh, they're sisters. Oh, okay, good.
Can you get your mind right?
That's so sweet. What's their names?
What's their names? Did you name them yet?
Not yet.
You didn't name them yet?
But I want to name this one little nice. And
You want to name it Little Mice?
No, nice.
Nice. You want to name
Okay.
it Nice?
This,
Okay.
this
Works.
one's nice, and this one's cute.
Nice and cute.
Nice and cute.
All right. Did you put your
You
swimsuit
just
on?
spell them
Yes.
different.
Did a one piece like you're supposed to?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be out in a little bit, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, we watch the rest of
Hey,
this
can you
snail
help
show?
sister get dressed if she has one of these shirts? Can you help make sure sister gets dressed in the correct way?
She wants to know if she has this one.
I don't know. Just go make sure that if she has one, make sure that she's wearing the right shirt. I don't know. I'm not in charge. Okay. Here we go.
That's always my go-to too. I'm always like, I don't know, whatever your mom said.
Yes.
Alex said something to me the other day. I'm like, dude, whatever your mom said, I don't care.
Oh, looks great. I love it. Okay.
No.
Close the door.
Does your mom say it's okay? Then it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's
She and I will both be like, go ask your mom. Go ask your dad. And we've literally sent them back and forth. What'd your mom say? She said this is okay. And the kids started figuring out that they could just tell us.
manipulate.
And
Yeah,
then-
mom said it's fine.
Yeah. And then I'm like, she did not tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Last week we did a story on. Okay. Hey, can you?
You're good. We ain't got this is awesome.
I
The
don't
show's
know.
called
What?
Your Two Dads.
What's their names again?
Leona and Fiona.
And Fiona.
That's what you wanted? Okay. And your fish song started playing up in my ear again, Deacon. Chaos is happening. Ah. All right. Last week, we had,
Yeah.
I'm going to just leave this out so I can hear them when they come and talk to me. Last week, we did a story about Leslie Van Houten and her parole. And she was recommended for parole by the state board or whatever. And then it goes to the governor's office. And then, usually, especially in high publicity, high public facing cases, the governor is going to be kind of a giant insert expletive word because he doesn't want to take the political flack for letting out a murderer.
Right.
Well, so I think what do we say? She had been paroled like 4 times by the board, but 4 times it had been overturned by the governor of California. Yeah. Manson family board member Leslie Van Houten gets parole reinstated by board after Newsom blocked it. Judge says she has shown extraordinary rehabilitative efforts, insight, and remorse. So now that Newsom did his part and tried to override it, and then the court overrode him, do you think he's going to fight this very hard, or is he just going to get out of the way and try to not be in the story? That's my question about this.
That's a good question.
That's the only play. The only play is to just dodge it and be like, well, the court's.
Yeah.
The
I think
court's
you're
saying-
right. I didn't think about that. I think you're right. I think
Why would he get involved in this again? Like, he doesn't want to be. This is radioactive for him. This guy wants to be the president. He wants
Yeah.
Joe Biden to, fall over some more sandbags, and then he wants to run for president.
I think that's
So-
good. That's good. I didn't think about that. But
That's
I didn't
mine.
even think about that side of the argument. But yeah, that's pretty good. I was wondering. I was like, why didn't he block it this time? Why everybody's blocked
Yeah.
it for 40 years and now it's getting a little bit of play? It got news media every single time, all those other times too. It's not like
Yeah.
this is any different. It got the same amount of news media today as it did 10 years ago or however many years ago it was, 20 years ago.
Aside from the
You're
story
right. I
that
think
comes
it's 'cause
out that
he's
says
gonna-
like she has
Yeah.
been released, you're not going to hear the story. You're not going to find a story about
no.
Governor Newsom moves to block the
Nope.
judge. It's not going to happen.
That should be a giant clue as to how the media runs in this country. Because I can just tell you that my radio station, if I had a huge news station that was very informative, that had a lot of listeners, that I could influence a lot of people with my news stories. and I was going to run a disparaging comment about our governor that was, or a news story about our governor that was going to be running for president, and his people came to talk to my station about, hey, why don't you do it? We wouldn't do it. We wouldn't run that story. We just wouldn't. We wouldn't do the story. Yeah. And then every once in a while, you will get the news director or the general manager that will, we don't care what you say, we're going to do it anyway. Yeah, that happens in the movies all the time, but that happens about 0.00001%.
People don't actually stick their neck out for anything.
They don't do
like,
that.
Oh, well, you know, the people in charge, they made a decision, and
that only happens in the movies.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? So, I don't know. Do you have any personal feelings about Leslie Van? I mean, how could you be in any way personally invested? But you know, Manson was the psychopath. That's the story we heard, and he hypnotized these girls who, you know, they went along with it. They did bad things, but that was 60 years ago. Van Houten, now 73, is serving potential life prison sentence for killing or taking part in the killing of Lino and Rosemary LaBianca in their Los Feliz home more than 50 years ago. The Manson killings shook Los Angeles and defined a generation. The story of the Manson family has inspired countless shows and films, including, most recently, Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Victoria Pedretti played the character named Lulu in the film, a moniker which in real life was one of Van Houten's nicknames. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is an amazing movie. I love that movie. That's a great movie. In a 2-1 ruling from the panel, by the panel from the California's Second District Court of Appeals, Associate Justice Helen I. Bendix wrote, Van Houten has shown extraordinary rehabilitative efforts, insight, remorse, realistic parole plans, support from family and friends, favorable institution reports, and at the time of the governor's decision had received 4 successful grants of parole. Under these circumstances, Van Houten's unchanging historical risk factors do not provide some evidence that she is currently dangerous and unsuitable for parole. I don't know. I think that Newsom will not do anything. I think he won't issue a statement. He won't raise a
I think you're right. I think it's
so. All right.
The door is shut on this, and nobody's going to bring it back up.
I mean, look, she's 73. There's only 2 reasons to put people in jail, keep people in jail: to 1, to rehabilitate them, or 2, to keep them from ever going on like a killing spree. She's 73. She's not going on a killing spree. Probably. I mean, like, nothing's certain in this life, but like probably not going to go on a killing spree. Maybe. All right. Maybe not. Deke, I got two very important and related stories here.
Okie dokie.
This is from this morning, and we've talked about. Let me get this off of here. Get out of here.
Get out of here, you bastard.
Mm-hmm. And good morning, by the way, on Rumble.com. I see Brian's over there on Rumble, and we got Do Good over on YouTube. And we appreciate you guys for watching and hanging out.
Germany today.
I don't know. I don't know where he is. I haven't seen my brother in a little bit.
No, what's up in Germany today is what I meant.
Germany?
I was just
I believe that Antifa or the Antifa analog is lighting stuff on fire. Pretty sure that's what's going on. Maybe we'll look at Germany in a second. According to the Center for Disease Control, 3.7 million births in the United States last year, far below the replacement level. That means we are not having enough kids in our country to replace our current population.
Nope.
So
none of these millennials want to have kids anymore. And I really don't blame them. I can't be the old man like, I don't blame them because I couldn't afford a kid if I mean, geez.
I don't know that it's necessarily intentional. Maybe it is. I mean, young people do tend to avoid responsibility.
Some of it very much is intentional. They don't want to have, and it's not just like there's always been a small percentage of people throughout society, throughout history, that does not want to have children or can't have children or something like that, but usually does not want to have children because that just happens with every.
I don't know that we have any necessarily like survey data that indicates that we have a growing percentage of the population that doesn't want to have children. But
No,
what we
that
do
I
have,
just say
no,
that
yeah,
from
no, you're not wrong.
I say that from stuff that I read, and I try to immerse myself in both sides of the both sides.
So
I
what we have is
you
a historical trend of a decrease in
yeah.
the capacity, the capability of not just Americans. It's the whole globe. Every country on earth has a declining birth rate. But the CDC says,
It's
yeah,
every
you didn't
country.
know that. Yeah, you didn't know that. I mean, maybe I can pull that chart up if I find it in a second. It's basically every industrialized like country at all has a declining birth rate. Fewer than 3.7 million babies were delivered in the United States last year, keeping the nation consistently below replacement level as it has been since 2007. According to the CDC, 3.66 million births last year, which is only a slight decline from 2021 when a few thousand more births occurred. Overall, fertility rate remained at 1.66 births per woman. To be at a replacement level, the United States would need a fertility rate of 2.1 births per woman. That would be, you have a father and a mother, obviously, you have two kids. That would be a replacement, but you have incidental mortalities like childbirth. People just die when they're kids. They, run in front of a car,
Right.
like all kinds of terrible things.
So
So you have to have a slightly more than two to be at a replacement level. So,
well, I mean, I know I'm getting really crazy, like in Jeremy territory here, but if you're looking at it from humans, only look at it from 100-year standpoint because we're only alive for roughly 100 years, right? So we have a very limited way of we look at things. But look at
right.
it. Let's say that we as humans live for 5,000 years on average.
Oh my
So
gosh.
just wait a minute. We live a long time.
Yeah.
Look at it from that standpoint. Look at our population in 1950 and our population in the year 2000, as
Right.
opposed to our population in 1900 as to 1950, and the rate of increase, the percentage of increase between those two periods. And you will see that we're getting way out of hand. So, how do we
Oh,
curb?
are you suggesting that there's too many people on the planet?
Oh, no, I'm suggesting that the rate of population is going up a lot faster than it ever has.
Oh, okay. You're
Our,
talking a gross absolute number, like right,
there were 3 billion people in 1950. There's 8 billion people into year
right,
2000, is what I'm saying. That type
right.
of growth.
Okay,
The
that's not
the
wrong.
graph has gone up. That's not wrong. So if we looked at that from a standpoint of someone that could live a long time, how do we curb this, JJ? What are
Well,
ideas that will curb this, whether they are moral or not? I want every idea that would curb this. And then you take the ones and then you look at stuff like
they already been in here and talked to me.
the viruses and
Yeah.
different stuff like that has, I mean, did the pandemic slow down the rate of population? Absolutely
Well,
did.
let me show you this. Since you bring up 1950, and you're right. There is like a population chart. Like the population skyrocketed in the 20th century. But look at where's my thing? Look at this. You see this chart right here? This is the global decline of fertility since 1950.
That's just
The
fertility, though.
Yeah, that's having children back in the 1950s. On average, the whole planet would have 4.55, 4.5 up to 5.3 kids. But it has been in drastic decline since 1950.
I
And
can't read that. I want to read that
okay,
because it's don't.
okay. Well, I don't know. I thought the chart would be illustrative.
Well, the chart is illustrative, but I don't. I'm not one of those people. It's like, oh, the line goes down. It must go down.
Yeah.
Everything's bad. I
So-
like to read what this shit means.
So there are a lot of people, but I don't think we're anywhere near our capacity. But what we are, but when we so let's say we have 8 billion people now, but our replacement rate is
We almost
below.
got 9 billion people now.
Yeah. There's a lot of room on Earth. But
I'm not saying that. No, I'm
right,
not saying that.
as
I'm
our
just saying
as our
there's a lot of
replacement
people.
rate goes down, each generation starts to be succeeded by a smaller pool of people, right? And your prime working age people move into the retirement age, move into like they're not able to do work anymore. They kind of have to be taken care of by society, and they are replaced by a smaller generation that has to provide more work and more services for more people, and they have less. And then it shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. It can be like catastrophic at a certain point if the replacement rate gets too low. There could be entire countries that collapse because of the burden. What would have really happened would be like the older generation consumes a lot of resources. The younger generation is now burdened and indebted and overworked in order to provide services for the rest of the population. And then you get like 20-something-year-old people that are like, we don't want to work for all of the people. We're going to have nothing. We're going to have no homes. We're going to have no future. We have no healthcare. We have no work potential, whatever. And then very young people just end up like rioting and revolting. So, I mean, it can cause like real civilization level catastrophe.
There were 133.99 million people, 134 million people born in 2022, compared to 92 million people born in 1950.
Yeah. Yeah, but only 2 million of those were in the United States, or 3.7 million. So,
yeah, I'm talking about the world.
Yeah, right.
I was looking for how many people died each, where there were 67 people. I was trying to look for, and I can't find any new numbers of how many people are born as opposed to how many people die each minute. You know,
that's the
mortality rate,
7 and 1
or 9 and 1, or what you always heard is some.
You want U.S. or global?
I was looking at global. Yeah, if you can find it, I couldn't find it. I found one from 2022, but I was looking for one that was a little bit more updated than that.
Yeah,
that might be the
WHO maintains data like this. I see. Yeah, this is 2019.
It's okay. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, we may just touch back on this kind of topic later on another time. But yeah, so I don't know. You know what? You asked if there were solutions, maybe moral, maybe immoral. You know, what can we do? I have an idea. Well, I don't have an idea. I think maybe the Catholic Church has an idea. The Roman Catholic Church has launched an inquiry after 2 nuns came back from their missionary trips pregnant.
Well, I mean, that'll help increase the population.
They're launching an inquiry.
How does that
How did this happen? Is this immaculate conception? What's going on here, ladies? Yeah, immaculate conception. The Roman Catholic Church is investigating after 2 nuns returned from a missionary trip pregnant. The 2 women were from different orders in Sicily and went on charity assignments in Africa. And they've both moved back to their countries to have their kids. It's unclear what will happen to them, though they most likely will be leaving religious service. And the church's the Catholic Church's position is that the welfare of the children is the most important thing, and that's not wrong. That's true. This is, I don't know, is this a scandal, or is this just like, yeah, humans do human stuff? I'm kind of like, yeah, humans do human
stuff, dude.
Yeah. The nuns are not, they're just women. They're just women that want to help people generally, and then, I guess get a little freaky in Africa.
According to the Christian Bible, we're all born into sin. There was only one sinless person.
That's true.
Right?
That's
So
true.
they may be nuns and they may have married themselves to Christ and to God or whoever, whatever they do, and pledge these vows, but they're still human beings.
It's no worse that they're doing it than anyone else. So, yeah. Hey, maybe they found love. Maybe they realized, no, I'm supposed to be a mom. Maybe I'm supposed to go to Africa, get married, find the love of your life. You don't know. Anyway,
I know why you're stalling now, because we're out of stories.
I got one more.
Okay.
Deke, you're gonna be so excited about this.
This is a Tom Cruise story.
We are running out fast though. Google has dropped the policy for YouTube that censors the discussion of the 2020 election fraud. So it is now possible to have conversations on YouTube about whether or not the 2020 election was legitimate and upright, or perhaps there was a little shenanigans going on.
Hey, YouTube, you know what I got to say to you about this? Kiss my hairy ass. You son of a bitch.
All right. Now, does this policy extend to the future? Are we now allowed to be critical of current and forthcoming elections? No, you are not allowed to criticize current or forthcoming elections. That is not allowed. The Google-owned behemoth YouTube is facing increased competition from platforms that are friendlier to free speech, including rumble.com/JJW, where you can subscribe right now if you want to. I
I don't know why you would want to with this
Deke, we missed an
top-notch show
obvious
today.
joke.
What?
Deke, thank you, Do Good. Do Good pointed out that we missed an opportunity to have a missionary joke.
Man.
I know. All the credit.
We have the smartest viewers.
They're smarter than us. Well, smarter than half of us. All right.
Dude, I'm sitting right here. You ain't got to.
I'm not talking about you. Google says stressing that people need to allow stressing the need to allow people to openly debate political ideas. YouTube said it will stop removing content that advances false claims that widespread fraud, errors, or glitches occurred in the 2020 or other past United States presidential elections. That sounds like a really narrow scope.
You bitches, I just got one question for you assholes. Why now? Why have you taken this show off of YouTube 2 or 3 times now? And now why will you let us say something about that now?
Right.
And why did we not have this as the first fucking story? Sorry, I guess because we just found it. Oh.
No, I found it earlier, but
this just going to irritate.
We've been canceled for medical misinformation.
I thought one time was the fact that I was talking about this.
Might be.
I brought this up on the show several times. I've tried to get you to watch that movie.
Do you know
several times.
How narrow it is that they in their statement it says you're allowed to you are allowed to post false claims about errors, frauds, and glitches occurring in the 2020 and other past presidential elections. But if you make claims about, say, the Senate election, Congress election, local elections, if you say, "Hey, my sheriff's election is rigged as hell," you could fall under their suspension policy. And obviously, if you'd say anything about the 2024 election, oh boy, I'm sure you're going to get thrown right out.
Then kiss my
ass. Is that? I wonder if YouTube is feeling any pressure from people going to Rumble, because a lot of people are going to Rumble.
I hope
because
so.
You can go to Rumble and look. Are you going to get accurate information at Rumble? No more or less accurate than anywhere else, but you are going to. But Rumble is not censoring people for saying stuff. You can listen to people make arguments. Hey, this happened. Hey, no, it didn't. And then you can make up your own mind like you're, a human or something. And you can you can make up your own mind.
That's a crazy concept, JJ.
I know.
Two people
I
not
know.
agreeing on something and
I feel
having a
like
civil conversation about not agreeing on the topic.
there's things that you and I don't agree on.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes my voice gets loud. Sometimes I get a little loud. I'm not mad. So I have to tell Ashley all the time. I'm like, I might be talking loud, but I'm not mad. It's
Yeah,
hard for me to talk at this volume, and everyone in my
it's
house talks
difficult to
at this volume
stay
here.
to stay. What's the word that describes that? Like sedate? Is it calm?
Calm.
It's, you know what? It can be incredibly hard to stay calm if you care.
That's what I always said. I was like, I'm passionate about this subject. I'm sorry. I get a little passionate about it. My voice, I'm
My
a
bad.
radio person. I'm an announcer, and I'm a little dramatic. Okay. I put a little drama in some of the things that I do and I say. So
This is the 21st century. Your drama must be accompanied by pastel colors and glitter. People are not going to recognize it, sir.
I know, JJ. I just can't help it. How's that?
All right. So I'm going to be cheating for a little while, Deke. I got a stack of dad jokes. My wife found it while thrifting, so I'm gonna be cheating.
We have this thing that just happened over the weekend called the 400-mile yard sale, and it's a yard sale.
Whoa!
From one part. Yeah, it's a yard sale that stretches from one part of Kentucky, from the western part of Kentucky, all the way almost to the eastern part of Kentucky, and it goes through several towns and whatnot. And it
How long did it?
It's 4 days. It's a 4-day yard sale. It goes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The 1st of June.
That is an incredible opportunity for some aspiring, video blogger or whatever to make a 4-day journey and make a video. I mean,
oh, I'm sure there probably is, but that's a great idea. Yeah. You can go to there's a website 400mile.com and you can plan.
Nuts.
People that sign up on there, you can plan your journey and you can see, oh, this person's got this, and then I can go down and hit this one, and I can go up and hit this one. And
you could go.
There are thousands of yard sales that there were. I will have to warn people every year. It's a thing that I do on the air. I have to warn people every year to slow down on these particular highways. Watch for people crossing the roads. Watch for cars slowing down, looking for places to park, looking for cars parked on the side of the road that they're not supposed to be parking at. Just slow down and don't fly down the road.
My grandparents, and I'm sure your grandparents, grew up in a time where they had very, very little, and as a consequence, when my grandparents, especially on my mom's side, my maternal grandparents, thrifting and garage selling all the time, and I don't know. I think maybe some people will have like a dim opinion of that, but there are treasures that people don't eat. They don't like. It doesn't matter to them, and they're just trying to clear out their house, and you can find amazing stuff that people don't want anymore.
Man's trash is another man's treasure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. My parents were, my both sides of my parents, but my mom's family, she had 11 brothers and sisters, and they were poor. For Christmas, they got like an orange and a mint. And that's because the local whatever came by and gave them to them. They didn't get toys and all the shit that these kids get today. I only got.
We live in such surplus.
We're such a vanity driven society. I mean, seriously, my parents. I've embraced that. I got a couple of things for my birthday, just a couple of little bitty doodad things that I kind of wanted, and that Ashley thought that might be. And then one of the things that she got for my birthday was she was asking me the other day, she's like, do we have a VCR? I was like, no. Anybody with a VCR? I was like, I don't know. I can ask my brother if he's got one in the closet or something, but I doubt if we'll have any audio video cables to hook up to the,
right. Yeah. Even if you could, that ain't going to plug into HDMI.
We're going to have to buy, So she found at the 400-mile yard sale my graduation and class night video of 1995, and she bought them at the yard sale.
Oh, wow!
I was like, "Oh my god, is that the high school from '95?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I'll take those."
Oh my gosh! But now you got to find a way to get it converted so you can actually view it. All right.
All right. All right.
You
Thanks
ready?
for tuning into the show today. And if you
Please.
want to join the Discord
Hang out
server,
with us.
you can do that on the little link somewhere over here or over here or over here or that
This
way
way?
or somewhere.
That way?
I don't know where
Yeah.
it's at. It's somewhere.
button.
You can look around.
Look, you're not a retard. You can find it. You can do this. Just
I was stalling
mm,
so I could find my joke. And
okay.
I asked JJ if I
Mhm.
should. I don't know if I want to tell the joke or not.
Oh,
It's
how
not
about this?
It's
We'll
not a
run that
bad
joke. We'll run that joke after credits. It'll be extra. Huh? You want to do that?
Okay.
All right.
Do
Deke, what do you call a husky on the equator?
I don't know. What?
It's a
What do you
hot
call it?
dog.
Oh God, it's dumb.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right. I got one for you. What do you call what do you call someone who challenges Mike Tyson to a fight?
Fucking dead.
Emergency services. You call him
That's good.
ambulance really fast.
Oh my gosh. I saw a clip this weekend of Joe Rogan talking about Jake Paul or Logan
Mhm.
Paul, one of those two guys, you know,
Mhm.
and he's a YouTuber that's like boxing and Joe was like, hey, the kid may be a YouTuber, but he can legitimately punch, he can legitimately box. He's good, decent.
Yeah,
And
I
then
agree.
and then the hypothetical was like, what if they put him up against Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson's 55 years old right now. And be like, no, that guy would be dead. Mike Tyson would still murder that guy. Mike Tyson is an unreal human being.
A killing robot from the future.
Yeah.
He is
Like,
a killing
you
robot.
got prime youth Jake Paul or Logan Paul, whatever the
Logan.
hell his name is.
I don't remember his name.
And then
One of the
Mike
Paul
Tyson.
boys. Dude,
Mike Tyson.
I remember back in the
Ball.
day watching those Mike Tyson fights, and they built these fights up for a month. Mike Tyson fighting whoever. It was a month-long buildup, and they get to the fucking fight, and the fight lasts 30 seconds.
Yeah.
30 seconds. And that wasn't just one or two fights. That was like every fight would not go to the end of one round before Mike Tyson had either TKO'd them or completely knocked them out.
Yeah. He just destroyed people. He was a monster. He is a monster. He's still a monster. He did an exhibition a couple years ago. I forget against who. It doesn't matter because they got lost. And he was like, oh, I think I'm gonna, you can do the exhibition thing, and then like got immediately super jacked. It was like, oh my God, dude, you thought you were 55. What happened to you? What are you doing over there?
He actually said something about social media too that I kind of agree with, and I don't remember the quote exactly, but it was something to the effect of people nowadays, social media has given people like the ability to just say whatever the hell they want, and not enough people get punched in the fucking mouth anymore. And people would shut up if they got punched. You wouldn't say that to my face because you'd get punched in the mouth. So people behind the keyboard say a lot of shit that they wouldn't say to your face.
Yeah. Or
not enough people are getting punched in the mouth, and I agree.
Cowardly.
Not enough people get punched in the fucking face anymore.
YouTube and Rumble,
absolutely,
just run their fucking mouths.
So there you go. There's our dad joke of the day.
Har har.
Seriously, gay jokes during Pride Month? Come on, guys.